Welcome back, kindergarten. It's Miss Rodriguez with some new math today. So let's read our learning goal together. Students will be able to add to make 10 and find patterns using stories, number paths, and number sentences. Okay, so before we get into the number paths, I just wanted to review this quickly. So I wanted to show how we can use patterns to help us with number sentences. So first we can use colored circles and blank circles to help us see our number sentences in two parts. So let's look at the first one, for example. We have 1 plus 1 equals 2. Now let's look at our circles. We have one circle filled in and one circle not filled in. So that shows us our two parts. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Now let's move on to the next one. We see 2 plus 1 equals 3. Now let's look at our picture. We have two circles filled in and one not filled in. I see this number sentence in two parts. I see the first part, which is the two circles filled in. There's my number 2. And then the second part, my one circle not filled in, which is my second part. 2 plus 1 equals 3. Now let's move on to the next one. 3 plus 1 equals 4. I see my first part, 3 circles, and then my next part, just 1. 3 plus 1 equals 4. Now we see 4 circles filled in, so 4 is going to be my first part. One circle not filled in. That's going to be my second part. 4 plus 1 equals 5. And I see all of this in my 5 group way. So you guys can pause the video and work on the rest yourselves. Just take a look at how both parts in my number sentence match both parts in my picture. Okay, now we're going to discuss number paths. So, reviewing our number path is going to help us with our addition and subtraction sentences. So, let's go over my number path. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if we jump to the right, that means that we are adding. If we jump to the left, that means we are subtracting. Let's look at our little guy here. So he's jumping which way? Yes, he's jumping to the right, which means he's adding. Now, let's see which way this guy's jumping. He's facing the right, which means he's jumping to the right. Now look, they have a number sentence here for us. Let's take a look at that. So, he started at 5 because that's where my red line starts. Let's see how many spaces he jumps over. 1, 2, 3. So he jumped 3 spaces over. So 5 plus 1, 2, 3 equals 8. That's the number he landed on. Let's see if that matches my number sentence. 5 plus 3 equals 8. Let's look at this guy. He looks like he's jumping to the left because he's facing the left. Okay. So he's jumping to the left because he's facing the left. Which number did he start off at? That's right, he started off at 8. And since he's jumping to the left, we're subtracting. So look at our little number sentence. They have the minus sign there. So let's see how many spaces over to the left he jumped. 1, 2, 3. So he started at 8 and then jumped to the left, which is subtracting. 3 spaces equals 5. He landed on 5. So we're going to be working on an addition problem using our number path. And remember, if we're jumping to the right, we're going to be using our plus sign. So since we're going to be writing an addition number sentence, we know that we're jumping to the right, which means that we're adding more. Now I want to start at the number 5. and I want to jump 3 spaces. So let's start number 5. 1, 2, 3. So I started at 5, and then I went to the right, which means I was adding more. I jumped 3 spaces, and then what number did I land on? Perfect, 8. All right, so let's try a different one. This time I want you guys to out a piece of paper and a pencil, and I want you to write the number sentence with me. So I want to start at 2. So I'm going to put my little dot on 2. That's the number I'm starting with. So what number should I write first in my number sentence? Awesome job, 2. So let's put that right there. Now I want to jump 5 spaces. Now put your finger on the screen and jump with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I jump to the right, so we know we're using our addition sign. And I jumped 5 spaces. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And then what number did we land on? Yes. Great job, guys. 7. All right, we're going to do one more. All right, now let me start at 4. So if I'm starting at 4, we know that 4 is going to be the first number in my number sentence, and I'm jumping to the right, so then we know we are adding if we are jumping to the right on our number path. And I want to jump 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, how would the rest of my number sentence look? If I started at 4 plus 5 spaces equals how many? Perfect, 9. Good job, guys. So keep those papers and pencils out because we're going to be doing a few more together. Okay, so now we're going to be working on subtraction. And we know if we're using subtraction, we're going to be using the minus sign. So when we work on addition, we know we would jump to the right, but with subtraction, we're going to be jumping to the left or jumping backwards. All right, so let's start with, okay, so I want to make a subtraction sentence starting with number 8. How do you think we might show that type of story on the number path? Perfect. We go the other way. Remember, with addition, we're going right. Subtraction, we go the other way. We go left. So that means that the numbers are going to get smaller. So if we start with 8, we know that's going to be the first number in my number sentence. So we start right here with 8, and then we're moving backwards. So we're taking away. Take away, I'm going to jump back 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. 8, take away 3 equals, what number did we land on? 5. Perfect. Now guys, you can also check this using your hands. So put up 8 fingers. I have up 8 now. So put up 8, and then I want to take away 3. So I'm going to put down 3. 1, 2, 3. How many do I have left? Perfect. 5. Okay, let's do another one. This time, let's start with 10. So if I start with 10, and then I want to take away, let's take away 2. So then we're going to jump back 2 spaces. 1, 2. 10, take away 2 equals, what number did we land on? 8. And again, you can check this using your fingers. Put up 10 fingers. Now put down 2. 1, 2. How many do you have? 8. Perfect. Let's do one more. Now I'm going to do one more with you guys. But remember, you can also pause the video and do a few more by yourself. Let's start with 5 this time. So we have 5, and then we know we're jumping back, so we're going to take away. Let's do 4. Take away 4. 5. Take away 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. So 5 minus 4 equals, what number did we land on? That's right, 1. Awesome job, guys. Okay, so now I have a math problem for you guys. I'm going to read you the problem, and then we're going to use a picture, a number bond, and a number sentence to figure it out. So, my story is going to be about pigeons, but instead of using pictures of pigeons, I'm going to use circles instead. So, there were 4 pigeons on the sidewalk. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's think back to a few slides ago where I showed you the number sentence and then the pictures to go with it. Remember the circles where I said the colored in circles represent one part and then the open circles represented another part? Keep that in mind during this problem. So there were 4 pigeons on the sidewalk. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 more pigeons came to join them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice this is also in my 5 group. So we had 4 pigeons that were already on the sidewalk. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5 more came to join. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see them in 2 parts. The ones that were already there and then the ones that came to join later. How many pigeons are there now? Let's see how we could use our number path to help us solve this problem. So before we get into the number bond and number sentence, let's see if we can figure this out with our number path. So if we started with 4, let me go back a little. All right, so we started with 4, and then 5 came to join. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means 5 more were added. So if it's adding, am I going this way or am I going this way? Correct, we're going to go that way. So 4, adding 5. So we're going to jump 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is 9 correct? Yes. Now let's count the circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Awesome. So we know to figure out these problems, we can use number paths, number bonds, number sentences, pictures. We can use our fingers. There's so many different ways to solve these problems. Okay, now let's put our number bond in there, and then we'll do a number sentence. So let's fill out this number bond. Okay, so we see it in 2 parts. We see the dark circles, or the filled in circles, represent the pigeons that were already there. So that's 4. That's my 1 part. And then the open circles represent the pigeons that came later. And there were 5. And then we know all together there were 9. So we had 4 plus 5 equals 9. Okay, so let's fill out our number bond and number sentence. So remember, we had 10 pigeons to begin with and 4 flew away. So since 4 are flying away, we're taking away 4. So we're going to move to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know we had 6 pigeons left. So let's just cross those out quickly. And then let's fill out our number bond. So we started off with 10 pigeons. We had 10 pigeons all together. That was our whole. 4 went away. That's the 1 part. Then we had 6 left. That is the other part. So let's go ahead and put that in our number sentence. We had 10. Take away the 4 that flew away. and then we had 6 left. Okay guys, on to our last problem. Mittens the cat had 6 mice. She needed 10 mice in all to take home to her family for dinner. So instead of using pictures of mice, we're going to use circles to represent the mice. We're going to use solid circles, or the ones that are filled in, to represent the mice that she had. So she had 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And notice I'm using my 5 group as well. Now, she needed 10 mice in all to take home to her family for dinner. Now remember, there's a bunch of different ways we can figure this out. We could use a number path, we could use our fingers and count up from 6, or we could make a picture. So what I decided to do was to make a picture using these circles. Now we already drew our 6 the 5 group way, and now I want to count the empty circles until I get to 10. If you already know how many I need to get to 10, keep that in your mind. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many did I need to get to 10? Great, I needed 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we used the picture this time, but remember, you can always count up. You can put 6 fingers up and count up until you get to 10, or you can use our number path that we've been using the whole lesson. Now let's go ahead and fill out our number bond. So we see it in 2 parts. We see the 6 mice that she already had, the 4 that she needed, so she added 4, and then she had 10 all together. So we should be pros at these number sentences by now. We had 6 plus 4 more equals 10. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of homework together. Everybody open up to lesson 37 in your workbooks. Pause the video and get to that page. And listen to each story. Show the story with your fingers on the number path, then fill in the number sentence. So just like we did in the lesson, you're going to be using your number path for this. Freddie had 3 strawberries for his snack. His dad gave him 2 more strawberries. How many strawberries does Freddie have now? All right, let's go over to the number path. So we had 3, and then we added 2 more. So he had 3, his dad gave him 2. So 3, 1, 2. How many? 5. Perfect. Let's go ahead and put 5 right in there. All right, let's look at the next one. It says Freddie ate 2 of his strawberries. How many strawberries does Freddie have now? So if he ate 2, that means that 2 are gone. And I see the minus sign, which means we are going to go to the left. So if we had 5 and then 2 are gone, we're going to move 2 spots over. And then how many did we have left? Correct, 3. So everybody go ahead and put number 3 right there. Now we're going to do this one, and then we're going to move on to lesson 38. It says Logan had 7 frogs. Logan had 7 frogs. So I already know if he had 7 frogs, that's going to be my whole. So I'm going to put 7 first. And then 2 frogs hopped away. So 2 are gone. So let's look at our number path. Go ahead and put your finger on number 7. And then we know that 2 are going away. So we're going to move to the left. So let's move 2 spots to the left. 1, 2. I landed on 5. Remember, you can always use your fingers to figure these problems out. You can hold up 7. I had 7 frogs. 2 hopped away. Put 2 fingers down. How many do you have left? Should have 5. Okay, now let's jump over to lesson 39. And let's do a couple of these problems together. It says, draw dots to make 10. Fill in the number bond. So, if it wants me to draw dots to make 10, let's see how many we have first. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how many more would I need? That's right, I'm going to need 1 more. So look at how we see that in two parts. We know we have 10 all together now. Now let's see how many are dark. How many are all colored in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's one part. And then we have one circle that is not colored in. So that's my other part. All right, let's move on to this one. As I'm doing it, you guys should be doing it in your books as well. So if we need to draw circles to make 10, there's only one. How many more am I going to need to make 10? Let's start drawing. Remember, draw in our 5 group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, how many were all colored in? Just one. How many did I have to draw? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I had to add 9. So my two parts in both of these were 9 and 1. 1 and 9. So we had 9 that were already there. I had to add 1 more to make 10. And then we had 1 that was already here. So I had to add 9 more to make 10. So let's look at this one. Okay. So this is a little covered by this, but you guys should be able to see it in your books. So we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need to draw how many more to get to 10? Perfect, 2 more. So if I had 10 to begin with, 8 were already drawn, and then I needed to add 2 more. Okay, you guys should be able to do the rest by yourselves. Okay, now we're on lesson 40. So go ahead and go to the first problem set in lesson 40. And we're gonna we'll do 2 of these together. So let's look at the 5 group cards. Remember, these are all 5 group cards. Look at the 5 group cards and draw dots to make 10. Then we're gonna fill in our number sentences. So just like we did in the previous one, it's kind of similar to that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 already there. How many more do we need to make 10? That's right, we're gonna need 2 more to make 10. So we already had 8. I added 2 because I drew 2 more in there, and then that made 10. Okay, now let's look at this 5 group card. How many do we have there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I want to make 10. How many more do I need? Let's start drawing. So if I already have 5, let's count up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I had 5, and then how many more did I draw? I drew 5 more, and then that made 10. Awesome job. Go ahead and do the rest by yourselves. Okay, guys, so this is the last one that we're going to do together. It says complete a number bond and number sentence. I'm sorry, this is lesson 41. So complete a bond and number sentence for each problem. It says to color 6 blocks blue and the rest red. Since I only have the color black, I'm going to color some black and leave the rest white. Okay, so we're going to do this last one together. This is lesson 41. And I'm just going to do the first one with you guys. So it says to complete a number bond and number sentence for each problem. Color 6 blocks blue, color the rest red. All of the blue blocks fell off the table. How many blocks are still on the table? So I'm going to use black because that's the color that I have. And then, so I'm going to use black to represent blue. So it says color 6 blocks blue. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, oops, sorry, it's a little sloppy, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so, and then the rest we're just going to keep white. So it says all of the blue, or since mine are black, all of the black blocks fell off of the table. So how many are still on the table? So if we had 10 altogether, I know that there were 10 to begin with. And then these 6 ones fell off. So I'm just gonna cross those out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those 6 blocks are gone. They fell off the table. So I took away 6. And then how many do I have left? That's right, 4. So let's fill out our number bond. What was our whole? Our whole is how many we had to begin with. So we know that that was 10. And then we see it in 2 parts. We see the 6 that fell off the table and then the 4 that were still left on the table. So those would be our 2 parts. Okay, so I'll do the second one with you guys too. Now again, my color is going to be black, so some blocks are orange. We'll just say mine are going to be black. And then the rest are yellow, the rest of mine are going to be white. All right, so we have to color some black, some white to make 10. Okay, so let me see, what do I want to do? All of us might have different answers. You guys can follow me or you can go ahead and make up your own. So I'm going to say, I want to color 3. I'm going to color 3 black. Okay, and then the rest I'm going to leave white. So if my 3 black blocks fell off of the table, let me just cross those out to show that they are gone. I know that I had 10 blocks to begin with, but then 3 fell off. How many do I have left? Let's count the blocks that are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, let's complete my number bond. Where's my whole? There's my whole. Okay. So I had 10 to begin with, and then I see it in 2 parts. The 3 that fell off the table, and then the 7 that I had left. All right, awesome job, guys. So continue to do this work by yourselves, and I will see you next time. Bye.